Hey guys. So last video was a bit of a mess, to say the least. But hey, that was what was on my mind. That was the way I was feeling. Yeah. Here we are now, once again. So of course you probably know, if you know me or watched my videos, that the thing that I lack most is my social skills. I'm not great with people. I mean, I suppose there's certain aspects where I am good with people, but a lot of aspects where it's hard, you know. But I mean, that's everyone, isn't it? Like, everyone's got their own kind of social problems, things that they find hard. But it does just like get me down and frustrate me sometimes when I can't. When I just like can look at someone and just, you know, just look at someone and give love to them, you know. What was I saying? Yeah, it's frustrating when I can like just look at someone and want to give some love, want to, you know, step into their own personal reality. You know, how do they see the world? Like, who is this person? And just be interested and engage with them. It's just frustrating when I can see that, but then not act on it because I'm too afraid. Or you know, if I speak to people, but then it's always about me. It's always about, you know, it's like I'm worrying how I'm coming across. Like I'm just thinking about me when I'm in conversation with people. It's always thinking about me, worrying about how I'm coming across, worrying what my body language is like. I'm just worried about so much, everything, you know. And that's fucking annoying, because I can see someone and be like, here's a person just like me. I'm gonna give them the love that they deserve, and I'm keen to experience how they view the world and all this stuff. And then when the time comes to it where I can actually interact with someone and step into their own personal reality, I just don't, because I don't know, I just like, it's like a survival mechanism where I just kind of like instantly just want to get away. I just want to run. I just want to get away from the situation. And it's annoying because there's a big part of me that wants to, I mean, there's a big part in everyone that wants to connect with people. You know, even, I would say, people who don't prefer, like, people who don't particularly like socializing, people who prefer to be alone, all this, I would say that it's because of a deeper yearning for, I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah, we're social creatures. We all have this innate thing within us that that wants to connect with our own species. And so it's quite annoying when, the energy that I emanate, the energy that I'm emanating, that I'm putting out into the world, it's a frequency, and frequencies carry information, right? That's what a vibe is. You can sense someone's vibe. You're picking up on that information. So what my information is saying, this energy that I'm putting out into the world is like, what it's saying is like, don't come near me. Like, I don't want to talk, I don't want to engage. That's the energy that I'm putting out into the world, and that's frustrating because that's a defense mechanism. It's not true. But I'm doing it because, well, of course it's true to a degree, but I'm doing it because I'm scared. I'm afraid, not because I don't actually want to talk to people, or And so it's like when I'm at afar and I can look at people, it's like all relaxing and fine. I can observe them from afar and give them, just like, show my love for them, just like inwardly. But then when I get closer to them, it's like, that energy starts radiating out of me, where it's like, I don't want to be doing with any of this, because I don't want to get hurt, probably. But the thing is, it's just such a habitual program running in me that I've never really properly taken the time to just like ditch that whole idea. Because when I'm in conversation with someone or whatever, I'm constantly kind of thinking like, I've got to get out of here. Like, it's not with all people. Like, for example, like a stranger that looks like someone that I would be keen to have a conversation with or whatever. But when I do, it's kind of like, how do I wrap things up? I want to get away from this. I don't want to, like, I want this to be quick. I don't really want to be like present with them and engage and listen and talk or whatever. Like, I want to just like sort of get out of this as quick as I can. So that's bullshit. So I've never really taken the time to really just like watch that monkey mind go like that, and sort of in a way ignore it, just observe it, and just see past it. Don't let it interfere. I've got to like let this deeper knowing in me that's like, no, this is good for me. Like, this program running in my head saying like, you need to get out of here, you need to get away, is like an old program that's not fucking working anymore, and that just needs to die down. What is tricky about this though is that by doing so, it kind of feels like I'm not engaging in the conversation, because if it's like because I feel like I'd just be too busy observing my mind and then not focusing on the other person. But I guess at the same time, that is the practice, just to like focus on the person and not, I guess it's just like meditation. Like, you watch your breath and then you have all these thoughts, and then you go, oh, I'm supposed to be watching my breath, and then you come back to your breath, thoughts, breath. I guess it's the same. It's just listening to somebody, and then all these thoughts going on. Oh, I've got to get out of here. Like, this is bullshit. Like, how do I wrap things up? And then oh no, forget about that shit. Just focus. Be here now. Listen to this person. Look at them. You know, just focus on this person. Be with this person. And then all the thoughts come back like, gotta fucking get out of here, can't. No, focus on this person. So I guess that's what I've got to do, and not get so, overridden by this program that's like, yeah, gotta fucking get out, boy. And I guess by doing so, in the process, I'll understand why I even do that. Why I just want to get away when actually, a deeper part of me is like, I do want to connect. There's just a lot of things that I fear. The imposter syndrome. I fear being a phony. I fear I fear being embarrassed and humiliated. So many things that I fear, but I guess that's what I'm talking about, is those other thoughts that's just like, just fucking get rid of that, because it's really fucking narcissistic. Like, it's self-absorbed, it's self-centered. So yeah. I also just don't know where to start, and if I even want to start. I mean, where do I want to focus my attention on? What do I want to put my energy towards? So I realise that connection with people is really important. But it's like, at the moment in my life, it feels like what I want to be doing is just doing more filmmaking, and that's what I want to focus on. And I guess that I can get people involved with that, can't I? Yep. So I guess that's the step, isn't it? That's what I got to do, is make my films and get people involved and focus on people, not get caught up in this fucking jibber jabber chatter. I'll get there. It will happen. I think that the desires that we have, ultimately, we get it. We may not get exactly the desire that we want, but we get what we need. We might want something, but that's not actually the thing that will suit us if we actually had it. You might really want something, like different about yourself to change, or you want to do something, but you don't know how the fuck that's gonna happen. And I think eventually it will happen, or something else will happen instead of it, that is actually something that you needed instead. And that might be something bad. It may be some bad thing in your life that life is putting you through for you to get what you want. you, for instance, you could be like, I want to be enlightened. Like, just I have this strong urge to be enlightened, and you think, oh, that's gonna be all like rainbows and daisies and whatever. But what if it's like you go through all these fucking dark night of the souls and you have deep depressions and existential dreads, and you're like, in dark places, and you're like, fuck man, what is this? I want to get out of this. I want to, be enlightened. I want it to all be sunshine and lollipops. And but what you see, like that, I think that is the very process of getting to enlightenment, to getting to your desire. You may not get it how you want it to happen, but you get how you need it to happen. Life works in ways like what I'm saying is, if you have a strong desire for something, it seems like you'll get it, because that's just your journey, that's your process. It's like you're heading that way anyway. You're always going to be heading to where you want to go, where your desires pull you. And you may think it's like, this is definitely not the way towards my desires. It seems like I'm going the opposite direction, but you just got to realize that it takes time. It takes time. And you may be going the opposite direction, but you go that way to know that you've got to come back and go the right direction. Because if you didn't, you would never reach the right direction. You had to go back to check it out, so then you could come back here to be sure. Things like that. And so yeah, that's a comforting feeling, an idea to recognize that the things that we desire, we are putting that out into the world. And you may not think that you are, but that is the process. That's the process. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good, really, isn't it? It's like you don't have to do any work. Just like, what do you want? And you think about the things that you want. It's like, oh, fucking great, they're gonna happen, or at least I'm gonna get what I need from them. I may not get the exact thing that I want, but I'm gonna get what I need based on my wants. So relax. Patience, because it all takes time. It may take a long time, but it's patience. It's just enjoying the process, enjoying the journey, enjoying where you're at.